Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Esthi Kusuma Hawati. I am from Curriculum and Materials Development 5G class. And now I will present a material about materials development. And now let's go to the material. First, theory of learning and teaching. There are three component of learning and teaching. There are learner, teacher, and material. Learner, succeed, positive, relaxed, enjoyable experience. Teachers, teach successfully, can gain enjoyment themselves from the materials they are using. Materials, connect the learning experiences in the classroom to their own lives outside it. Engage the emotions of the learner. And the next is definition of teaching material. They are the information, equipment, and tech for instructors that are required for planning and review upon training implementation. Tasks and training equipment are included in teaching material. Role and design of materials. Roles for materials. There are presentation of language model as in triple P. There are presentation, practice, and projection. And then a source of activities for learner practice and communicative interaction. And then reference source example for grammar rules, vocabularies, and pronunciation. And then a syllabus. That is what to teach and when. And then kind of materials. There are two kinds, authentic materials and created or artificial materials. Authentic materials, that's about text or photographs that were not specifically designed for pedagogical purposes, authentic language, and reflects real world. And then created materials, that is specifically developed for teaching purposes. That the positive of authentic provide realistic practice for learning closely to the learner's need, and then offer models of real language, and then link classroom to the outside world. Authentic cultural information about the target culture, that is the example. And the negative of authentic, there are too difficult and then a little. Comprehensible input may be beyond the learner's ability, and students may feel frustrated and lose confidence. That the positive of created materials, more comprehensible, tailored to specific level of students, tailored to specific pedagogic purposes, example to highlight past perfect tense. And the negative of created materials, there are the language used may be artificial, and then comprehension may actually fall as clues are removed in simplification. Students feel unrealistically confident. And then about textbook, positive and negative. The positive, there are provide structure and a syllabus for a program, standardized teaching, save time, provide good language models, visually appealing, and support new students or training or maybe learning. And the negative of textbook, there are customer, inauthentic language, not student needs, designed for a broad audience, specific students. This skill learning reflects less flexible. Next, we are going to stage of material design. There are materials evaluation, materials adaptation, and materials writing. What is materials evaluation? Involves measuring the value of potential value of a set of learning materials, makes judgment about the effect of the materials on the people using, the appeal of the materials to the learners, the validity of materials, the ability of the materials to interest the learners and the teachers, the ability of the materials to motivate the learners. And then types of evaluation. Pre-use evaluation, making prediction about the potential value of materials for their users. Wishlist use evaluation, measuring the value of materials wishlist, using them or wishlist observing them being used. And the third is post-use evaluation, that is measuring the factual effects of the materials on the users. And then conducting materials evaluation. Select one of the books you decided could be used as a textbook. Do a pre-use evaluation as group work. Report the results. And then adapting textbook. Compromise between sole reliance and text on textbook and developing your own. Add or delete content, change order or omit a lesson or unit, modify tasks. Example, add a pre-task, provide extra explanation. Learning or students can collaborate on bank or supplementary materials. Textbook made. And then materials adaptation involve changing existing materials so that they become more suitable for specific learners, teachers, or situations. Reasons for adapting materials. Mismatch between materials and teaching environment. Mismatch between learning style implied by materials and learning style of most learners in the class. Mismatch between instruction in materials and teacher's own personality, beliefs, and teaching style. And mismatch between course objective and focus of book. Okay, now we are going to write or not write. What are some reasons for you choosing your material? And then what are some reasons for not doing that? Then preparing for materials development. Task-based framework recommended. So first step is text collection. Collect or create written or spoken text with a variety of purposes. And then principles of the text selection is text should engage students cognitively and effectively. And then about text types, classification by purpose, narrative, recount, instruction, and explanation. And then information and exposition. Okay, now we are going to language reader, modals, cause effects, conjunction, conditionals, many first and second person pronouns, rhetorical questions. And now we're going to the review of the material. We have talked about selecting materials, reasons for adapting materials, principle in adapting materials, reason for creating materials, principle in creating materials, using multimedia materials, and using web-based materials. Okay, thank you for this presentation. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.